If you're looking for a New York City apartment, you have to look at everything that you possibly can. And today's video is proof of that, because we're looking at two different one-bedroom apartments in the exact same neighborhood, just 5 to 7 minutes from each other. First up, we've got a gorgeous renovated apartment on East 10th Street and Avenue A, right by Tompkins Square Park. And we're putting it up against a beautiful pre-war apartment on 3rd Avenue, right by Astor Place, that has the sun parked right outside its window. And the best part about all this is not only are we going inside each building, inside each apartment to check these places out from head to toe, but you get to be the one who decides the winner, the loser, or if they both suck. If you have fun watching this, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. All right, now the first place that we're headed to is right here on 10th Street between 1st Avenue and Avenue A in the East Village, right by Tompkins Square Park. And this is a really good location because it's quiet and peaceful. There's not like a crazy bar atmosphere on this block. There's a few places to get your hair cut. There's actually a laundromat right beneath where the building is, and there's even the Russian baths on this street. And we're just one block from Tompkins Square Park, which is a lot of fun. You can easily get out there, relax, stretch your legs, go for a walk or go for a jog. It's super nice to have that. And for some people, it might be worth the inconvenience of being a few blocks extra away from the subway in exchange for an atmosphere like this. What's also great about this block is just around the corner on Avenue A, there's tons of cafes and bars that actually have a pretty big draw. These are places that people specifically come to this neighborhood to visit and hang out at. So overall, this neighborhood's an absolute blast. That's the building, that's the laundromat below it. Let's go upstairs and check out the apartment. All right, here we are in the first apartment, and this looks like a pretty good place so far. It's got an updated kitchen and an updated bathroom, but let's check it out so you can decide. So right after you enter the apartment, you walk into the living room / kitchen area. Now, these are in the same room, but the kitchen is off to the side and out of the way so that the living room still seems like a separate area of the apartment, even though they're technically in the same room. Now, the area that you have for a living space here is pretty good. It's 10 feet 11 inches, 7 feet 8 inches, and that's the entire area right here between where the bedroom and where the kitchen are. This is a great design for a living room because what it allows you to do is it gives you a couple different options for where you might want to put your couch and where you might want to put your entertainment center. You could put the couch in this corner over here next to where the stove is, or you could also put it against this longer wall here across from where the kitchen is. And a room like this is going to work for a variety of people because you've got more than one way to set the place up. Now, next to the living room is the kitchen, and it looks like this kitchen was recently updated because it's got nice new granite counters, dark cherry cabinets that go really well with the stained floors in this apartment, and a stainless steel fridge and matching stove. Now, there's no fan in here, but because it has a window, it's gonna be easy to air this place out when you're cooking. Overall, the storage space in here looks pretty good because these cabinets go up nice and high, and I don't think you're gonna have any problem storing your dishes and stuff in here at all. I think overall, this is a great kitchen and it's designed pretty well. All right, let's take a look at the bedroom. The first thing that jumps out at me is how sunny this bedroom is. And that's because it's got two really big windows that face the street. That's right, these are overlooking 10th Street, and 10th Street's a nice quiet tree-lined street, and I can see all of that from these windows, and it's mainly residential on this block. It's not a block that has tons of commercial establishments like bars and restaurants on it. Those are on the avenues, which are just around the corner, but they're not right outside your window. And that's fantastic because we can have a nice street view here that's also pretty quiet. There's a lot of space in this bedroom. It's 10 feet 11 inches by 9 feet 8 inches. And this room would be really easy to set up because this shape means that you could put your bed in either corner of the room. And this gives you a lot of space for really any size bed that you want. If you went with a queen bed, for example, in a room like this, you wouldn't have storage issues because it's so large. What's also a huge plus is that there is a massive closet right here, which also has overhead storage. This is pretty big. You can hang stuff right here. There's also some shelf space. And because it's so deep, you could put some shelves down here to kind of give yourself some extra storage space. I think that this is a great closet. And overall, this room's not bad. You can fit a decent sized bed in here, and the lighting you get from this street view are pretty good. All right, let's take a look at the bathroom. I think that this is probably the most updated part of the apartment. There's really nice tile on the wall here and on the floors. It's got a full-size bath with a tub, a decent-sized mirror here that is also a medicine cabinet. The sink's not a bad size, and there's also some storage space below the sink. Lighting in here is also fantastic because you've got a window right next to where the shower is, which also makes it easy to vent this space out. And there are vanity lights right here above the medicine cabinet, and getting ready in a room like this would be easy. You're gonna know exactly what you look like before you leave for the day. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna head south and west, and we're gonna walk over to Astor Place and look at something that's on 3rd Avenue and compare it to this one. So let's get out the door and go take a look. This is such a nice, quiet block right here on 5th Street between 3rd and 2nd. It's all residential for the most part, and the crazy thing about it is we're in such a convenient location because we're right by Astor Place, we're right by the Cooper Union, it's an easy walk to NYU, and you can also get to the F train on 2nd Avenue, so there's a lot going on here as far as location's concerned. And that makes this a really good block to live on because things are gonna be quiet here overall, and we're in the heart of such a busy neighborhood. It's really hard to imagine that just down the street there is Astor Place, and just down the street there is 2nd Avenue, right in the heart of the village where everyone wants to hang out. All right, here we are at the building. Let's head upstairs and take a look. All right, here we are in the 2nd apartment, and really, this is like the exact opposite of what we were just looking at. This apartment's a little bit older, but it's a lot brighter. And although it's a lot more convenient, it's 1 floor higher. The first apartment was on the 5th floor. This one is actually on floor number 6. But I think you're gonna be interested to see this one too. Let's take a look. Front door to the apartment is right here, and right next to it is a small closet. You could hang stuff in here, and this would work for coats and jackets and things. Next to that is the bathroom, and then you walk right in here to the living space. Those windows right there, those look awesome. This is really cool, and this isn't something that you get to see every single day in an apartment. Since this window sticks out from the building a little bit, it's actually letting in a little bit more light than a traditional flat window would, and that's part of the reason why this room is as bright and sunny as it is. This living space is pretty good. 11 feet 7 inches by 9 feet 4 inches. And that's more than enough room for you to get a sofa and a coffee table and an entertainment center in here. Setting this room up might appear to be a little tricky, but I think the best place for a couch is gonna be in this corner here. And that's because the wire for the cable setup is gonna come in right here by these windows. So I think that even though you're a little bit limited because this isn't a perfect square, it's gonna make the most sense to have your couch across from where the entertainment center and the windows are. And because this is the corner of the room, you could put an L couch here. So I think overall, the seating right in this room is not bad. And part of the reason for that is because right over here where the kitchen is, there's a breakfast bar. And this is perfect. You could put a couple stools against this and have a place to sit and eat, which means that if you don't necessarily want to have a coffee table, you wouldn't need one because you've got a dining area right here across from where the kitchen is. Now here in the kitchen is where we can definitely see some differences between this apartment and the first one that we just looked at. Things here aren't as updated, and the whole setup here is a lot different. The counter space next to the sink isn't really that great, but you've got the breakfast bar here, which is dual purpose, so you could use this as a prep area when you're cooking or using the sink over here. The cabinet space is also pretty good. These go up pretty high. The stove has 4 burners. The fridge is definitely full size, and there's even extra storage built in below the breakfast bar. One downside It's a bit of a tight squeeze right here. So if you want to rent this apartment and you think that the fridge is too big, just talk to the management company and I'm sure that they'll be able to put something in here that sits a little bit further back and gives you some more space. But this apartment actually has a secret weapon, and that is this amazing bedroom. Just look at the size of this room. This room has 3 windows. And I think this is probably the brightest bedroom you're gonna get anywhere in the neighborhood, because each window has a view of something. You can see the sky from each window. You can see the street. You can see the backs of some of the other buildings. It's a really cool view. And I can't imagine that you'd wake up on the wrong side of the bed in this room, because we're really high up, which means it's gonna be super quiet. And with all this sunlight coming in, it's never gonna feel dark and depressing in here at all. This is outstanding. This room is 15 feet 2 inches by 10 feet 3 inches. You could put 2 of whatever size bed you want in this room. That's how big it is. All right, let's head down the hall here and check out the bathroom. Sometimes the bathroom is the single most important thing when you look at an apartment. So let's get in here and take a look. This bathroom is a lot different again than the one that we looked at first. The style here is completely different. Instead of a white bright tile, we've got this green marble, but I think this looks kind of cool. And the overall lighting in here is awesome because this massive window is just flooding this place with light. There are vanity lights above the medicine cabinet. Yeah, I can turn off the lights and you don't even need those. That being said, you can definitely tell that this bathroom's a little bit older. I haven't seen too many sinks like this, but it is a full-size sink. You've also got the full-size bath. This mirror is a medicine cabinet as well. And there's storage space below the sink, which is also a pretty good size. I need to know, which of these 2 is your favorite? Do you prefer the place that's a little bit more updated on 10th Street? Or would you rather be right here next to all the trains in the area in a place that might not be as new? Let me know down in the comments. I'm always curious to hear what you guys have to say. And I've got good news for you. If you had fun watching this, make sure you subscribe, because I make a couple of videos just like this every single week, and that way you won't miss what's next. Last but not least, if you're an owner or an agent and you've got property and you want to have it featured right here on my YouTube channel, use my Instagram contact right here, hit me up, and we will do a tour of your place. I'll see you in the next video.